Hello and welcome to Miss Daisy Patterns online tutorials. The pattern we're looking at today is a follow-on from our cloth doll body making. Today we are going to look at putting on hair and a face. Now what the doll will ultimately end up looking like is this, but we're going to, instead of making it with yellow blonde hair, we're going to be making it with black hair today. So this is what it's going to look like when it's finished, and the face is going to be slightly different to this. But anyway, what we do is, if you go to our website, on our website you'll find this pattern. And the pattern is for the hair, the back of the hair and the face. And you just download it and print it at 100% on A4 paper. Then what you do is you cut out each of these pieces. When you cut out each of these pieces, you'll end up with this, you'll end up with this, and you'll end up with a basic face template. And what you're going to do is you pin this to the felt and you cut out one. Right, so if we unpin this now, you'll see that we have the back of the hairpiece. Then this is the front of the hairpiece, so that's the second piece. They should line up perfectly together there, right? And what we're going to do now, what you do is you need to use embroidery thread, and obviously black embroidery thread, to match the colour of whatever hair. So if you've red hair, red thread, yellow hair, yellow, if it's black, black. Because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be stitching around. Now, because I'm going to be doing it here on camera, what I'm doing is I've chosen a lighter thread to show you the whip stitch. So essentially all you do is you line up your pieces together and you bring your thread through from the inside so it's not showing, and you pull it through like that, holding it in place. You're just grabbing the two tops of the material and you're sewing through them. Right, so that's what that is going to look like. And you'll follow this all the way around like this. Okay, so you follow this all the way around. Essentially you're going to be doing this stitch around here, around the top of the head, lining up these around here and finishing there. Now when you've done that, what you'll end up with is this. Okay, you'll end up with this. So this is now sewn all the way around, hand sewn, and you have a space left like this in between. You grab your doll body that you've made previously and you very gently slot it over the doll's head. Okay, so that's it, slot it in. Now the felt is quite stretchy, so you can reposition it if you want to, but that's essentially it. Okay, so that's it slotted on. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're actually going to use our black thread here, like this. So that is embroidery thread, and it's two strands of the embroidery thread floss. Now starting at the very back here, we're going to come down and come out here like so, just securing the thread inside. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a very small running stitch. Okay, very small running stitch. And to begin with, I'll do a quick back stitch on it. And we're going to do that running stitch around the head just to secure the hair in place. Okay, just to secure the hair in place, that's all we're doing. So following the black felt all the way around. Okay, following the black felt all the way around. going through the felt, going through the fabric, and you'll actually be picking up a piece of the internal craft filler as well as you do this. This is just really to secure the head, the hair onto the head. To the head. Okay. Perfect. Now do a stitch back on itself just to secure in place, and then put it back up through and snip off. Right, so that's the hair in place. It's the hair in place. And now what we're going to do next is you'll have your template for your face. Alongside this, just underneath the pattern, there's 2 little black dots, or white dots if you turn the paper printed on white. If you cut out 2 of those, so they're quite pernickety to cut out, but I'm as close as possible. So I have 2 already cut out here, and those will position roughly about there and there. And we're going to use some fabric glue. This is the fabric glue that I use. This is also available on our website. So just a little dab of glue on the back, position the eye, a little dab of glue again, and position the eye. Okay, there you go. So that's the 2 eyes in place. Now, as you see on this pattern, there's 2 little eyelashes here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to fill in the eyelashes. Right, now what I'll need to do is just grab a piece of thread. Again, just separating out the 2 and leaving 1 piece aside. Making sure the thread strands are perfect. Now, so what we do is coming in from the side of the face here, we go over to the corner of the eye, pull the thread till it's just inside the cloth, and then you're going to work 1 long stitch back into that corner of the eye there. Okay, and you repeat that 3 times. Okay, 3 times. And on the next stitch, what you're going to do is, stay from the same anchor point, you're going to come out and do another. Again, repeating this 3 times. Okay. Now what you might want to do to give extra support to the eye is to again just secure it in place by running a couple of stitches around the eye. Okay. Just running a couple of stitches around the eye, and that'll secure the eye in place. I would never just rely completely on the glue for it. The glue is great for positioning it and keeping it there. Right, now, so instead of me cutting off the thread, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go underneath the face and come out over here. There, so that's 1 eye done. And I'm going to repeat the eyelashes over here. So going back in here, going out. So So you're going to do it again 3 times. 2, 3, and this time, because of the angle is at a different angle, I'm going to come out over here, so there'll be just 3 stitches here. I'll come out in that section, and as I've come out just at the end, what I'm doing is I'm going to go back into the anchor point at the eye. That's 1, 2, 3. Okay. Continuing on around, just to secure the eyes in place. Perfect. And then finish by coming out along one of the sides of the head. So that's the eyes and the hair now in place. The final thing we have to put in place is the mouth. And for the mouth, I'm going to use some red embroidery thread. Again, I'm just using 2 strands. And to line up where the face is, if you position, cut out your pattern, and if you position roughly where the eyes are, and it'll give you a guide there, so you can fold that up. Now this doesn't have to be perfect. This doesn't, just draw in place. With what I'm using here is a dressmaker's pencil, and it's perfect for just drawing in place and will actually fade away and disappear away. Right, okay. So, again, coming in from the side, you pull it in as much as possible and do a quick stitch. And what we're going to do for this one is the back stitch. So, now all these stitches, the back stitch, the whip stitch, long stitch, even just on the running stitch, are all available as tutorials on our website. There's all graphics that show you exactly how to do each of these, if needs be. Okay, but there we go. So follow the mouth all the way around, very simply. That's our mouth in place. And we're going to go back in here, come out this side, come out the far side of the mouth. And then what you do is you can put another stitch just back in there and come out the ear, side of the head, in the hair. Right, there we go. Now, so that is our doll's hair and face. Doll's hair and face. Now don't worry if there's a little bit of fluff when it comes to the felt, because that can easily be rollered or brushed away. Okay, so that is the doll finished. Now we just have to move on and go to the next stage, which is making her dress and shoes.